We are 30 days into the January transfer window, and we've actually got a done deal announced by Fabrizio Romano. We're going to get into that, as well as the latest with Ollie Watkins announcing he wants an emergency meeting and wants the Arsenal move. According to ITKs, he wants the Arsenal move, and Tottenham have agreed a fee with Bayern Munich for Mathys Tel. There is so much going on. Make sure you go down, drop a like if you haven't already. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button. 90% of you that watch the channel are not subscribed, so what are you waiting for? Make sure you watch the video the entire way through, because we've got updates with regards to Saudi wanting Mohamed Salah as well. Now, I feel like this transfer window has been just a bit of a start-stop. There's a lot of news, and there's not a huge amount. Then there's a lot of news, and then there's a huge amount. And today is one of those days where there is a lot of news about. We've got a done deal with regards to Fabrizio Romano coming out and saying that Tottenham we've completed a deal for the academy. Now, this Daniel Batty from Manchester City apparently is a highly rated prospect. Now, if you look at Tottenham's academy, we actually won the Premier League under-18s and Premier League 2 last season. Players like Mikey Moore, Lancashire, Dorrington, Jamie Donnelly, lots of attacking talents. Now, Daniel Batty at 18 years of age. And at the moment, we've got more 18-year-olds signing up to this football club than bloody OnlyFans. We're also linked to Tel, who's a teenager. Mikey Moore is a teenager. Diblin, who's a teenager. We just want to start Project Youth. I would like Tottenham to sign up a bit of experience, but if we keep signing these attacking talents, and even if they don't work out, we can always sell them on for a profit. So that's probably a good move from the football club. We'll move on to Ollie Watkins. Now, this ITK, I'm going to be the first person to say I don't know how legit he is, but he does get a lot of things right, but he does get things wrong. He reported yesterday that Andy Robertson would be starting at left-sided centre-back, and everyone thought he was chatting absolute waffle. He's got an exclusive saying Ollie Watkins' agent has called an emergency meeting with Arsenal. The player is disappointed with the current situation at Aston Villa. Now, I didn't actually know this, but apparently Ollie Watkins is actually an Arsenal fan. I didn't know that. Arsenal are in a position where if they don't sign a player, I just don't think they will win the Premier League. The window shuts. We've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 2 of those days, Premier League football playing. That's not necessarily the scouting department's role, but they will, of course, have one eye on the game. It's 3 or 4 days left in this market for Arsenal. If they don't sign a player, I don't think they'll win the league. However, if you put this man in an Arsenal shirt, that for me could be the difference between closing that gap down dramatically, because I've said this for the longest time. You look at the depth Liverpool have got in their attacking lineup with Nunez, Diaz, Jota, Gakpo, and of course Mohamed Salah, plus Federico Chiesa as well. Walcott, eventually you'd hope he'd start to contribute. And you look at Arsenal right now, Nwaneri is a ridiculously talented player. Then you've got players like Leandro Trossard, who are a little bit inconsistent. Gabriel Martinelli, who's a little bit inconsistent. Gabriel Jesus, of course, is injured. So it's a situation right now. And of course, Bukayo Saka isn't back until March. They needed a signing anyway, but these 2 injuries just add the pressure onto, Arsenal right now. It adds a huge amount of pressure. I look at the position they're in right now. If they don't bring a player in, I just don't think they'll win the Premier League. You look at Tottenham right now. We're signing a striker. We don't really need a striker. We've got Lancashire and Dominic Solanke will be back next month. And we're going out there and bidded 60 million euros today for Mathys Tel. And the agreement is actually there between Tottenham and Bayern Munich. It's just down to the personal terms of Mathys Tel if he actually wants the move. Fabrizio Romano gave an update saying that Tottenham are prepared to invest on Mathys Tel on a permanent transfer, as reported yesterday. Spurs informed Bayern that they were ready to pay 60 million euros, which is 50 million pounds. Tel and his agent are taking their time to make a decision, with several clubs keen. He's also quote tweeted that, saying that there is an agreement, or it might have been Florian Plettenberg who come out and said there was an agreement in place. Here we go. It was Florian Plettenberg. As revealed today, concrete negotiations between Spurs and Bayern have started now with a verbal agreement on transfer of around 60 million euros. Tel has been informed that he has not made a final decision on whether he will accept Spurs' offer. Additionally, he has yet to decide whether he prefers a permanent transfer or a loan, especially since Tel has reportedly stated publicly that he wants to become a legend at Bayern one day. Chelsea and Villa are also in talks of Bayern Munich. Now, I'll come back to Tel in Tottenham in a minute, but if Arsenal don't bring in a striker like that, it could be make or break for them. But moving on to Mathys Tel, lots of ability, lots of talent he's got. 19 years of age, nowhere near the finished article, but got 15 or 17. I think it might even be 18 GA in 80 games for Bayern Munich at a teenager. And you think you throw that in with Diblin, you throw that in with Mikey Moore, Son, Kulu, Maddison. We have got a lot of ability there. We just need a manager who can actually get some more out of this team and players to stay fit. But, you know, it's a big signing for Tottenham. For us to go out and spend £50 million in January goes to show you that they do actually back Ange Postecoglou. I don't personally think it's the right move. I think a defender should be the priority right now because we've got no Romero, we've got no Van der Ven. Davis is 32, 33 now, and Dragusin can't really play in this system because he's not a ball-playing defender. But it's very, very interesting right now that we are going and getting a forward done. Now, in terms of Mohamed Salah, there was, Fabrizio Romano did put out some quotes with regards to, I think it was a couple of Saudi teams said they would be interested in signing Mohamed Salah. Here we go. 5 hours ago, Prince, is it Abdulaziz, Turkey Al Faisal, tells Piers Morgan Uncensored, I'd be privileged to see Mohamed Salah here. He's the most highly profiled Muslim in the world. So I don't know who that Prince Abdulaziz is, but there's a lot of traction now. Of course, Mohamed Salah, you know, one of the best footballers in the world right now, if not the best, will be a free transfer come the summer. Now, I actually think he will be a Liverpool player. I think Trent will go Real Madrid as it stands, and I think Van Dijk and Salah will stay. But in terms of that, I mean, the hierarchy in Saudi are pushing from a move. So there's a lot of news around there that, you know, Mohamed Salah right now is one of the, believe it or not, he's one of the favourites for the Ballon d'Or this year. But it looks like he could be on a move to Saudi. You know, if you've got one of the princes saying they want you to come over there, that he's going to, the pay increase he's going to get on his salary is going to probably be astronomical as well. Man United are on the verge of completing a deal for Patrick Dogu. You know, you know, I thought that deal would have already been done. It seems like they're dragging out a little bit. But there's only a few days left in this transfer window. Arsenal need to get a forward done. Tottenham, we're signing a forward. Villa are still interested, and Chelsea. There's Europa League action on tonight. There will be a Tottenham match reaction out later. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you go down and you hit that subscribe button. Get your post notifications on as well. And in terms of the transfer window, overall, I've been a little bit underwhelmed. I thought there'd be more business. Apparently, Brighton have rejected £54 million bid from Saudi for Mitoma. That is absolutely madness. He's 27. Brighton have got one of the best scouting networks in the country. They could easily replace him. He hasn't had the best of seasons in terms of his numbers either, compared to, you know, previous years. I can't believe that. You know, he's got 5 goals and 3 assists in 23 games. I think in terms of wide players and forwards, I think Pedro's better. Of course, Evan Ferguson could be going to Germany, so it's all happening. But to reject £54 million is nuts. Absolutely nuts. According to Eurofoot, Brighton could be, 90 million reports. That is absolutely insane. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe. and I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. I am